Today, I made a team of all the best players in the NFL. Like literally, every single player on this team is the highest overalls at their individual positions. It's also so satisfying to look at a lineup of this many superstar X Factors. Like, do I need 4 quarterbacks? No. But am I gonna keep 4 quarterbacks? Yes. So of course it comes as no surprise, this team is a 99 overall. And I think they're gonna be a lot of fun to play with. But if you wanna play Madden 26 for yourself, I'm actually giving away 5 copies of the game to people who pick up my brand new merch at Weej.shop just to send my appreciation for supporting the channel. But we're actually going to start out in a preseason game because unfortunately I do actually have too many great players on this team. And I also have to figure out which players I want to start at every position, particularly at quarterback, because obviously Lamar is going to be the highest rated one on the team. That was a great catch by Kittle. But the thing with Lamar is that he typically doesn't put up the highest passing stats, but obviously he can add a lot to our run game. And playbooks are obviously a factor for that. Like the Ravens playbook definitely gets him more rushing yards. But I did just sim this season 32 times in my last video, and in that one, Joe Burrow and Josh Allen were consistently putting up the best numbers and winning the most MVPs. So I think the best thing to do is give them a drive each and see how well the offense actually plays with them. Either way, I mean, this offense is going to be insane with the just sheer number of weapons, but I want to put up like greatest show on turf stats. And I think Jamar Chase is going to be a big part of that. This is a new celebration and it actually looks pretty cool. I think we're only going to play one drive of defense because obviously I stole Joe Burrow from the Bengals, so I think we're going to have a pretty easy time dominating Jake Browning. Like the sheer number of stars we have on this D, I don't know if any team is going to be able to score on us. So next up, we're going to see what Josh Allen and Derrick Henry can do on offense. It's also crazy. We are so stacked on offense that Tyreek Hill and CeeDee Lamb, #1 receivers, are most likely going to be 4th and 5th on the depth chart. The one thing that is for certain is that I'm going to make sure that Patrick Mahomes is sitting on our bench, and that is picked. What even happened here? It went off Hill's hands and directly to the defender. Maybe he should be riding the bench. And like I said, each quarterback is only getting one drive, so Josh Allen's out and Joe Burrow's in the game now. Realistically, at quarterback, I'm only really deciding between Lamar and Joe Burrow, just because I think that they're going to be our best 2 options to put up the craziest stats this year. And you know what? I'm going to give him a chance to make up for that deflection that turned into a pick. And this time, Tyreek Hill is able to make the grab and score probably the only touchdown he's going to get all year. And honestly, I think I've seen enough here, and it's no surprise we easily win this preseason game. But now, unfortunately, I need to make a decision of which quarterback I want to start this year. But it definitely ain't going to be you, Patrick. But I think we have to go with Lamar for this video. So now we can sim to the playoffs, and we'll see just how dominant this team ends up being. Oh wow, this team actually lost the game. I definitely thought they were going undefeated. Who did they lose to though? Oh wow, it was to the Bucks in week 4 by 1 point. And outside of that, they straight up dominated. Lamar actually ended up having a great year passing with 4,000 yards, 48 touchdowns to only 4 picks. Saquon led the team in rushing with 1,300 yards and 16 touchdowns. Lamar added 584 and 7 on the ground. And in a small role, CMC had 379 and 4 and 224 and 3 from Henry. Justin Jefferson was our only 1,000-yard receiver and only put up 4 touchdowns. Jamar Chase was just under 1,000 with 944 and 12. And St. Brown was a touchdown merchant because he had 928 and 20. It is kind of funny though to see Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, CeeDee Lamb, Scary Terry, and Brock Bowers literally do nothing all year. Defensively, Dexter Lawrence led the team with 17.5 sacks. Chris Jones got 16.5, Myles Garrett 14.5, Micah Parsons 11.5, and Roquan Smith with 9, DJ Watt with 3.5, and Fred Warner with 2.5. And despite the fact we have 5 elite corners, Roquan Smith actually led the team with 4 picks, with Jesse Bates behind him with 3, Pat Surtain with 2, and then 5 other guys got 1. I'm curious how the rest of the league did though. Jesus Christ. Jake Browning taking over for Joe Burrow led the league with 4,800 yards, but Lamar was the leader in touchdowns. Barkley had the 3rd most yards in the league, but once again the most touchdowns. And our leading receiver, Justin Jefferson, was literally nowhere near the top, because Puka Nacua led with 1,500 yards, and Josh Downs actually tied St. Brown with 20 touchdowns. And oh my god, Aiden Hutchinson had 26 sacks to lead the league. Now obviously we did end up having the best offense in the league, but only ended up with the 4th best defense. But I feel like there's no way we didn't win MVP. Yeah, no surprise. It was obviously going to be Lamar Jackson. But this is going to be our playoff bracket for this season, and it's shocking to see the Saints made the playoffs, and also surprisingly, the Jets and Titans made it in. And since we're the #1 seed, we'll sim to the next round, where the Chargers are taking on the Titans, the Ravens are taking on the Texans, Lions are going up against the Falcons, and we're going up against the Saints. And I feel like this game's not going to be close, so we're actually going to watch the first offensive and defensive drives, just because I want to see what they can do in the sim on their own Lamar's gonna throw, and he's got a first down there. Scary Terry on the grab? I'm surprised he's on the field. He's at like the bottom of the depth chart. What is going on? Who's 28? There's a lot of weird guys on the field now. I think the substitutions are broken because that was Josh Allen out here running a route and dropping the ball. But on 3rd and short, Lamar's just gonna sneak for the first. I am so confused why they have Allen at receiver. Is that Saquon running the ball here? Okay, well, at least he's on the field. Yeah, like Jamar Chase is at the bottom of the screen, but then it's Josh Allen up top. But it doesn't matter because Lamar's gonna run all the way down to the 2. Josh Allen's literally uncovered at the top of the screen, but they're not gonna throw to him. They're gonna hand off to Henry, who's gonna lose 3 yards. After this, I'm gonna sim to the 4th just to see what happens. Like, I feel like they can still win the game regardless, and I can fix it after. But like, they're throwing routes to Penei Sewell. So yeah, they're gonna have to settle for the field goal on their opening drive. I feel like this happened last year at the launch of Madden, where the substitutions were totally broken, but they do still manage to shut out the Saints 21-0. Yeah, look at this. Penei Sewell had 38 yards receiving. Mahomes had 35. Josh Allen even had 7 yards. And they even had Jamar Chase playing defense. Yeah, I think this is what definitely did it. Progressive fatigue has to be off. I mean, hopefully it's fixed in the NFC Championship versus the Falcons. But we'll actually start this game on defense going against Michael Penix, who had a great year passing. But we'll see if he's able to do anything against our team of superstars. And Bijan's going nowhere on this one. This time around, now that the sub thing should be fixed, we'll watch on defense and on offense to see what they can do. He hits Drake London, who actually gets upfield for a big first down. We're obviously rated as a 99 overall on defense, but not every single player is that high of an overall. And Bijan's gonna get a first here. Maybe this will actually be a closer game than I expect. And Bijan found a huge hole there. I thought they'd be playing better to start this game. Penix is gonna run. He's got a lot of space getting inside the 5. But it's 3rd down now. Let's see if we can keep him out. Penix rolls out, and he's got him. Great ball to Ray McCloud in the back of the end zone. All right, Lamar, I'm gonna need you to win this game for us because our defense is not looking great so far. Now, assuming we have all the right guys on the field, which looks like we do to start this one. Like against the Saints, we had Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen running routes instead of Justin Jefferson. After we see what they do on this drive, we're gonna sim to the 4th. Lamar's definitely getting sacked. Start of the 2nd now, and honestly, we might be in trouble in this game. Like, I did not expect this. Like, this team has way too many stars on this offense, but Lamar does find St. Brown for a big first down. They desperately needed that, and now they're gonna go back to the ground with Derrick Henry this time for another first. But once again, sitting in a 3rd and long, let's see what Lamar does. He might just run. No, he's gonna throw quick to Chase, who got the first down. Also, at this point, I think I can say it's confirmed now that the progressive fatigue was the issue with all the random guys getting subbed in. So if you see that in your games, at least now you know how to fix it. But Henry's gonna get a first down and keep going all the way to the 1. Now, are they gonna run the tush push? They're not. They're gonna use Derrick Henry. So now that we're tied at 7, we'll sim to the end of the game and see if it's close late in the 4th. And it was a lower score than I expected, but we won 14-7. Maybe this team is much more beatable than I thought. But all that matters is that we can win the next game because the Eagles have made it to back-to-back Super Bowls. And in this one, we're gonna be going up against the Chargers. Now, on the opening drive, the Chargers have worked it down to the 23. He found so much space, and they're gonna score on this play. Just kidding, he got tackled at the 1, but on this one, Omarion Hampton makes it in the end zone. But it's all right because the Chargers are a good team. Like, they did go 14-3. And on our first drive, we've already worked the ball to the 8. Lamar's gonna throw to Jamar Chase, who gets the touchdown to tie the game. So I think now we'll jump to the 4th, where the Chargers are actually up by 3, and there's 5 minutes left. So we need our defense to get a stop, and then we gotta get points on offense. Herbert's gonna throw. Thankfully broken up there by Jesse Bates. There's plenty of time left in this game, so I don't think we have to be too worried, but wow, they get a big first. And the clock is just about to go under 4 minutes, so we really gotta kill this drive right here. Now it's 3rd and 2 from the 39. We need this stop. He's gonna throw, and it's broken up. Oh wow, from this spot of the field, they're going for it. Herbert's gonna throw, and he's got it. That was a huge conversion because they were outside of field goal range. And now they're at the 32. They've killed so much time on this drive. That drop, though, does hurt them because we're still right before the 2-minute warning, and it's dropped again by Tyler Conklin. That was best case scenario because it saved time, and there's a flag. Roughing the kicker. The Eagles are throwing. That literally might have just cost them the game because the Chargers can kill so much time now. But they only have 2 timeouts, so if they get another first down, this game is gonna be over. So in a way, the game's on the line here. It's 3rd and 10. Herbert's gonna throw to the end zone, and it's caught by Keenan Allen. Lamar is gonna need a miracle here because they're down by 10 with 1 timeout. He's had a pretty good game. He's got 250 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, but an interception. They pick up the first, but we're approaching 1 minute. They gotta get this and score quickly. And now they just used that last timeout. You can't throw that one. Like, they're gonna spike it with 40 seconds. But I feel like you just gotta work the sideline better. You can't check down in the middle. I don't know. I'm starting to doubt whether or not I should have went with Lamar. He's gonna throw to Saquon, who drops it. And that made it 4th 4th down, so they're going to settle for the field goal because they're going to need it anyway. And now the game is pretty much on this onside kick, and the Chargers get it. Of all people, it's Quentin Johnson with good hands. So even though we put all the best players in the league on one team, it was not enough to win a Super Bowl. Lamar just can't win the big one. Reminder to check out the merch at Weej.shop. I'm giving away 5 copies of Madden to people who pick up something within the next week. Thank you guys again for the support. I'll see you guys next time. Be good people. That's actually the first time I was able to do that in a video.